Hi guys, it's Daniel here again. In this video I want to talk about how it might be possible to predict a stock market crash. Now, not on every occasion, but I think on some occasions, and especially right now, you might be able to predict a stock market crash. So I'll just go over the reasoning for that in this video here. So why I was thinking about this is just because we've had a unique set of things happen in the markets lately that has kind of led me to this belief. So how I look at markets is I look at them as connected, as basically one large market, not separate markets. So I look at the stock market and the crypto market as really just one big market. So they're not separate to me, because money kind of flows into one and then into the other and then back and forth. Like money flows between them. So in that sense, they are one market. So you can look at how things behave in these individual markets to kind of predict how a different market will react. So in this example, I think we can use what has happened in the crypto market in the last couple of months to possibly predict a crash in the stock market. So what happened recently in the last couple of months was money completely drained out of meme coins. So meme coins are obviously the highest risk investment that you can make. So they're at the absolute peak in terms of risk. And money has completely drained out of them in the last couple of months. So they're all down 90-95% or more. And that's not something we see often. Like, it's rare for a whole category of risk assets to completely drain of money like that. And what happened after that? So money completely drained out of meme coins, and then the medium risk assets, which I would classify as Bitcoin, for example, and some of the bigger cryptocurrencies, the medium risk assets were still holding up fairly well. So like XRP and Ethereum and Sol and Bitcoin, they were all holding up not too bad at the same time that money was completely draining out of meme coins. And then all of a sudden, money started to drain out of these medium risk assets as well. And while the money drained out of these medium risk assets, the meme coins just held steady and didn't really drop any further because all the money had already drained out of them. So we are seeing a bit of a bounce in the market right now. So this could still be playing out. I think the money still might be draining out of these medium risk assets. And if that's the case, if we do see more money draining out of Bitcoin, for example, and some of the other bigger medium risk cryptocurrencies, then I think we can use that to accurately predict a stock market crash, because it goes in sequence. When money goes into a market, it starts off in low risk assets. Then when people kind of use up all the opportunity or the potential gains in the low risk assets, they move to the medium risk assets. And then when that happens again there, they move to the high risk assets. So people keep moving out the risk curve, seeking more and more gains as money flows into markets. And I think on some occasions, and in particular this occasion, the money is flowing out in the reverse fashion. So it seems like the money is flowing out of the highest risk assets first, out of meme coins, completely flowing out of there. And then all other assets, the stock market and the medium risk cryptocurrencies, they held up fairly well while this was happening. And then once all the money had completely drained out of the highest risk assets, then it started to drain out of the medium risk assets. And we saw Bitcoin and the medium sized cryptocurrencies start to drop then as well. So I think that perhaps the next domino to fall is possibly the lowest risk assets, which is like the stock market, US stocks in particular, like the big seven tech stocks. And we are starting to see some cracks in that market as well. So I think that might be the next domino to fall, because I think money might be just flowing out in the reverse fashion that it normally goes into markets. So if I'm correct on this prediction, then the next thing to happen would be probably the medium risk assets like Bitcoin and the bigger cryptocurrencies, they continue to bleed out for a bit longer, and then the US stock market falls. Perhaps they both fall at the same time because the bleed out in the medium risk assets like Bitcoin has already started. So perhaps the money drains out of there at the same time as draining out of the low risk assets, which is the US stock market. Or perhaps the medium risk assets will just hold steady, like the meme coins did when everything else started to drop, because they'd already had their kind of drain out moment. But in any case, I think if I'm correct on this, theory, then the next step would be a drop in the US stock market. Perhaps not a massive crash, it might only be 10 to 20%, but I think it would be like a decent sized move, like a decent sized crash, but yeah, perhaps not too massive. So yeah, that's kind of my prediction, a 10 to 20% crash in the US stock market in the near term, like in the next couple of months kind of thing. But yeah, I could be totally wrong on this. This is just a theory that was just going around in my mind. I just wanted to share it with you guys. And yeah, if you think I'm totally wrong on this, then yeah, just leave a comment down below. And I'm totally happy to be wrong. Like, I'm probably not going to bet on this actually happening. I might put a small trade on, like I might buy some puts on the US stock market, but it won't be a big trade. It'll just be like my usual size trade. It won't be anything large. So if I'm wrong on this, it totally doesn't matter at all. But yeah, if you think I could be right here, if you think I'm wrong, yeah, leave a comment down below. And yeah, if you like this content, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on anything else I'm doing and anything else I'm thinking about. Cheers, guys.